Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about the NPC and how we can use them in our land and also in our game. But before we move on, I would like to quickly talk about the benefits of purchasing NFTs in Metaverser's marketplace. Other than using utilities of NFTs, you can earn more BABA with the reward boosters that come with NFTs. So, don't miss this chance and start buying your very first NFT now. And for more information, you can visit the Medium link in the description below to learn more about our NFTs and also their benefits. Okay, back to the work. What is NPC? NPC is non-player characters, and some people say non-playable character. That means the character that is not controlled by real persons. You can use NPCs in your game, in your land, to introduce yourself and also your company, or you can use it in your game to create some tutorials about your game, and also you can use them as characters of your game, and depends on you, depends on your story and what you want. And when I say character, that doesn't mean NPC necessarily should be a human. You can use any other object. For example, you can create a box in your scene and use it as NPC, and that NPC starts to talk with the main players. And I will show you how. I will show you both of them, creating NPC for humans and also for the characters. And here I have an example. In here I have created a game. I spent several days to create this very interesting game, and I will promise you that I will publish this game as soon as I finish recording these tutorial videos. And for creating this game, I used the MeChild package, but maybe, especially the first days after releasing this video, maybe you don't have the MeChild in your packages list. Don't worry about that, because MeChild is not completed yet, and I should spend more time to complete the MeChild, and after that I will add it to the packages. So don't worry about that, you will have it soon. And here I have a painting in here, and also I have a character standing at the front of the painting, but this character is not a real person, it's just an NPC. And I have created my game so that at the first time I cannot get inside my painting, and I should speak with my NPC in here. So let's talk with the NPC, and my NPC name is Ariana. And after clicking on the Ariana, we have a dialog box of the Ariana in here. I can talk with the Ariana, and also after talking I can accept the Ariana so that my game starts. So I will accept the mission, and after accepting I will have the ability to get inside this painting. And now you can see this awesome environment is created by the MeChild package. You couldn't create such this awesome thing before in Metaverser, before the MeChild. And I will promise you, you will have the MeChild as soon as possible. Alright, the next thing is to speak with another NPC, but this time the NPC is not a human. I have used this swan from the MeChild package and used this as NPC, so I should speak with this swan in here. So if I clicked on the swan, the dialog box of the swan appears in here, and if I clicked on that and if I accept the swan mission, I can go on the mission and I can go on the game. And now I have two examples in here of using the NPC, one for using the NPC for one of the Ready Player Me characters, and the other one to use the NPC as in one of my objects from my packages. Alright, now I want to show you how to create the NPCs, how to create dialog box, how to create animations for your NPC. So let's go on. Alright, for creating my own avatar, I'm in the Ready Player Me website, and after signing in from the Ready Player Me hub, I have selected my avatars, and in here, as you can see, it shows the list of my avatars I have created before. And if you know the URL of your avatars in here, you can copy this URL and use it in Metaverser to have your avatar as NPC in your game. And if you want to create a new avatar in here, you can click on this plus button in there, and after that create a new avatar. And after that, Ready Player may ask you if you want to create a man avatar or a woman, or you don't want to specify at the moment, so that it will show you man and woman examples. I want to create a woman avatar as an example. In the next window, Ready Player may ask me if I have a picture that my avatar to be look like that. I can upload this picture to use it as my avatar, but because I don't have a picture at the moment, I want to use the samples of Ready Player Me, so I will click on the continue without the photo. And after clicking on that, I will have a list of avatars shapes in here, and for example I will select this one, and after selecting that in here I will have another button, next. So let's click on the next. And now, as you can see, I have a default form of my avatars looking, and I can change the form of the avatar as I want. For example, I want to change the form of the hairs and also the color of the hairs. So I will select the hair in here, and I will go and select my own hair. For example, in here, I will select this one. And after selecting that, you can see I will have something like this. Or let's change it and use another form for the hair. For example, let's use this one. All right, it's more beautiful. And now I want to change the color of my hair. For example, I will use this pink color. All right, now let's go in the clouds. I don't like these clouds at the moment. Here are, let's select this one to check. It's beautiful. I love that. And after that, let's go to select another trousers for my avatar. For example, let's create something like that. Oh, it's not so cool. I don't love it. This is awesome. Let's change it. This is awesome too. But I love this one. Okay. And let's, I can select another shoe for my character. For example, I want this blue shoe in here. All right, it's awesome. Okay, back in here, I can use another glass for my character, but I love the eyeglass of my character. It looks lovely. All right, so I don't want to change that. And here we can have some makeups in here. I don't want a too much makeup for my characters. So I will change the color of the lip a little bit. Yes, it's more better. And here, if you want to use some masks, you can use them, but I don't like at the moment. If you want to create some hats, you can create them. But I don't want at the moment in here. And I want to change the color of my eye to something like, for example, this green. All right, it's awesome. I love that. And after you are willing with the results, you can click on the Enter Hub to save your work. Now I have saved my work in here and my avatar is in here. And now I want to show you how to bring that in the Metaverser. All right, for bringing it in the Metaverser, first of all, you should copy the URL of your avatar. So I will click on this button in here. And from now, I will click on the copy GLB URL in here. So let's click on the copy GLB URL to copy that. And after that, I will go to the Metaverser. All right, here I am in the Metaverser's MBuilder and I want to bring the avatar we have created in the Ready Players Me website in my land. And the first thing I should do is to bring an object as a base mesh of my avatar, because I should bring that base object and add a component to that object, and that component gets the URL from the Ready Player Me website. And for the base mesh, you can create any object from any package, and it doesn't matter what object you are using, but I always recommend you to use the most simple object in the packages and the object with the less amount of the vertices, so that not to waste too much vertex from your land limit. So I will go to the office starter for my example in here, and from the pillars, I think pillar have a little vertices, and it's a good example for the base mesh of my avatar. So I will add the pillar in my land, and let's select the pillar and let's change the position a little bit. Now, while the pillar is selected, I will go to the components, and from the add components, I will go to the NPC and add an NPC mesh to the pillar. So whenever I want to bring an avatar from the Ready Player Me website to our land, we should add the object that we want to use as a base mesh, an NPC mesh. So if I open the NPC mesh, you see a place for the URL of the Ready Player Me, and that is the URL that we copied from the Ready Player Me website. And if you paste that URL in here, you will have your avatar instead of this pillar. Or if you don't have any URL, if you haven't created anything in the Ready Player Me website, you can use our default models that we put in here. For example, if I clicked on the Ava, you can see the Ava avatar in our land. If I clicked on the Liam, you can see the Liam avatar. But in our example, I have created an avatar, and also I have copied the URL of the GLB of this avatar. So I will copy and paste. I will paste the copied URL in here, and as you can see, I have my avatar in here. Now I will select that. I want to rotate it so that it faces towards the entrance of my land, and also I want to change the place of her so that it stands near this stone. And after that, I can save my work and see the results. All right, let's go and talk with the Ariana so that we can be able to get inside the painting. And now you can see she's so lovely standing near the stone, and this is the avatar we have created in the Ready Player Me website. And that's how you can bring that. And now at the moment nothing will happen if I clicked on that, and not because we haven't defined anything for this avatar. Now I want to show you how to control the animations of that. So let's go to the M Builder again to show you how to control the animation of your Ready Player Me avatars. Back in the builder, and I want to control the animation of my character. So I will select my character in here, and from the add components I will go to the NPC and add NPC rig animation to my character. Whenever you want to control the animation of your Ready Player Me character, you should add it NPC rig animation. Now if I open that, you can see I have a default animation that is set to idle 1, and idle 1 is this animation that is playing on my character by default. And if I want to change that, I will click on this drop down and I will select another one. For example, I will select the board, and if you can see the form of the animation is changed to something else, and from now on, if I exit the builder, you can see my character is playing this animation instead of idle 1. And that's how you can control the default animation of your character. But I want something more. I want my character get a special event and do a special animation. For example, if I clicked on this bush, my character start to dance. So I select my character in here, and let's click on add animation events. And if I clicked on an animation event, I have an animation event for my character. That, as you can see, I have a receiver in here that receive a special animation and do a special type of animation. For example, I want my character to dance. So in the category, I will change the dance. And this is the kind of my dances. For example, I want to see how the dance tree is look like. So I will click on the preview in here. And this is the dance tree. And if I want to see the other dances, for example, I will select dance 2 and click on the preview again. And this is dance 2, and I think I love the dance 2. So I want, whenever I clicked on this bush, my character to play this dance 2. But also I have some toggles in here, loop toggle and reset to default after ending. If you enable the loop toggle, your animation, your dance animation will be played again and again. And you will never have any ending for your animation. And also, if the loop is disabled, you will have these two parameters. Reset to default after ending. That means when your animation, when your dance animation is finished, you will go to your default idle animation. And in my example is board. And the other one is another sender we have if we don't enable the loop. That means if my animations is finished, if my dance animation is finished, and a special event can be sent to the land. But I don't want these two parameters, and I want my animation to be played again and again. So I will enable this loop toggle. And as you can see, I don't have the other parameters after enabling the loop. And I want a receiver in here. So I will select the bush. I will add the bush a click input so that to make it clickable. And also I want an event to be sent to the land after clicking on the bush. For example, I called it dance. And after that, I will select my character again. I will go to the NPC rig animation. And from this animation event in here, I will set the event to play receiver to dance. All right. Now, if I clicked on this bush in here, my character started to dance. So let's check it. Let's exit the builder. And let's get inside the painting. And as you can see, the character is playing the board animation as the default animation, and the default animation is changed. Now, whenever I clicked on this bush in here, my character start to dance, and that's how we can control the animation of an Ready Player Me character. And also I can define more events for my character. For example, I want, if I clicked on this bush, my character start to dance like that. And if I, for example, clicked on this grass in here, my character to start another dance. So let's test that. So let's go to the builder. Alright, now this time I want to add another animation event to my character. So if I clicked on this grass, another kind of animation is played. So I will select my character again, and from the NPC rig animation, I will add another animation event. So let's click on the add animation event, and as you can see, I will have one more animation event in there. And this time I want my character to do a talk animation. So I will select the talk and preview that. And this is the talk animation that I want to be played after clicking on this grass. So this time I don't want my talk animation to be looped. So I will enable this loop toggle. But this time I want, after finishing the animation of talk, it goes to this default idle animation. So I will make it enabled by default. And also for describing this sender field in here, I want to show you an example. I want, if my talk animation is finished, this grass deactivates. So in the grass, I will add a component called activation in here. And also I want to make my grass clickable, so that if I clicked on my grass, my character do the talk animation. So let's go to the add components in here, and from the input I will add click input again, and let's add a sender by clicking on this grass. For example, I called it talk, and I will select my and also in the activation receiver are of event to disable. For example, I type disable grass. All right, now I will back to my character in the NPC rig animation. In the event to play receiver, I want my talk is received and this animation is played, and after playing this animation, I want my disable grass is sent to the land, so that this grass receives that and start to deactivate. So let's check it. Let's save that. And also let's see the result. Okay, let's go inside the painting again. And this time, if I clicked on this bush, my character start to dance. If I clicked on this grass, my character start to talk, and after talking, this grass will be deactivates and my character will go to the default idle animation. And that's how we can control the character animations of a Ready Player Me character. And now I want to show you how to have dialog box, so that if you clicked on your object, a dialog box appears and your characters start to talk with you, and also you have some choices that you can select, and after selecting, another dialog will be appeared. And I want to show you how to control that in an NPC. So let's go to the builder again. Alright, now it's time to show you how to have dialogue system for your NPC character, and also some choices and the events related to those choices. For doing that, I will select my character in here, and from the add components, I will go to the NPC and add NPC Dialogue System to my character. And one thing, In the Ready Player Me animation control, I said when you want to control the animation of a Ready Player Me character, you should use NPC rig animation. That means if you are using an object from the packs and it's not Ready Player Me, NPC rig animation won't work for those objects. But the NPC dialogue system works for both objects in the packages and also Ready Player Me. So no matter that you are using a Ready Player Me character or using another object from the packages, if you add NPC dialogue system, you can have dialogue system for both of them. So let's add NPC dialogue system to this character in here and open this. And as you can see, we have enable toggle, event to enable, disable, and these are like the other components. And we have NPC name that it shows the name of our NPC. You can have a name for your NPC. For example, I want the name of Victoria for my character. So let's call her Victoria. And in here, I want to create a new conversation for my character. So because I want a dialog box, so I will click on add new conversation. And as you can see in here, I have a receiver that receives the event and shows the dialog box. And the dialog box will be created in the graph view. So if I click on the graph, I can control the dialog box. It's not hard, don't worry about that. The environment is different than the other part of the builder and also the game maker, but it's very, very easy, I promise you, so don't worry about that. In here, we have a dialog in here that shows the first dialog of our character in the dialog box. For example, I want to type, hello, my name is Victoria. Do you want me to dance for you? All right, now let's back by clicking in here. I can back and let's exit the builder. But before doing that, I should define a receiver so that if it receives the event, shows this graph. So I need event to start. So I want to make my character clickable so that if I clicked on my character, this dialog box appears and shows this text. So again, while my character is selected, I will go to the object, I will go to the input in here and let's add a clicked input. And by clicking on the character, I want an event, for example, let's call it dialog 1. And in the NPC dialog system, I use the dialog 1 sender to its receiver. So dialog 1. And after clicking the character, dialog 1 is received and this graph and this text is shown. So let's click, let's save the work and exit. Now, if I go and click on my character, as you can see, I have this dialog box. Hello, my name is Victoria. Do you want me to dance for you? And because I have no choice in here, I have a next button by default. If I clicked on that, the dialog box will be closed. And whenever I click on my character, again this dialog box will be shown, and also the picture of the Victoria will be shown in here. So I will click on the next. Now I want to create some choices. For example, I want 2 choices: yes, thank you, and also no. So let's back to the builder. All right, let's add 2 choices to the character. So let's go to the NPC dialog system again. And let's back to the graph in here. And after this dialog box, instead of next, I want 2 choices: yes, thank you, and also no. For creating choices, you should click on the empty space of the graph. And if you left clicked on that, you will have 2 options: dialog and choice. I want choice. Dialog is like the one I have in here. So I want choice at the moment. So I will click the choice in there. And in the choice, I type yes, thank you. And also I want another choice, and this time I type no, and I should connect these choices to this dialog. And for doing this, I will click on the output of this dialog and drag and connect it to one choice. And again, I will click on this button, or again I will click on this one and drag and connect it to the output of my dialog. Now, at the end of my dialogue, I will have two choices. Yes, thank you, and also no. So let's see the result again. So let's check it. And now let's talk to her. Let's click on that. As you can see, instead of next, I have two choices. Yes, thank you, and also no. But if I click on the yes, thank you, or if I click on the no, nothing happens because I haven't defined anything that be happened after clicking on this button. So if I click yes, thank you, nothing happens. And if I clicked again, this time if I clicked on the no, nothing happens. Instead, I want to create the graph so that if I clicked on the no, the Victoria says, all right, have a good time. Or and if I clicked on the yes, thank you, the Victoria asked me which type of dance do you want she perform. So let's do that. Let's back to the builder again. In this time, I want to complete the dialogue system. So I will go to the NPC dialogue system again, and I will go to the graph. And now I want, when I selected the no, Victoria says, okay, have a good time. So I will add a dialogue in here, and I will connect the no to the dialogue, and Victoria says, okay, have a good time. And when I select the yes, thank you, I want Victoria to ask me which type of dance do you want her to perform. So I will select the dialogue again, and I will connect it to the dialogue, and this time I will type do you want me to perform? And I want three choices for these questions in here. So I will add three choices. One choice, I want to select dance 1. And in the second, I want to select dance 2. And in the third one, I want to select the dance 3. So let's add another choice. Dance 3. Now I will connect these three ones to the dialogue system, something like that. And I want, when I select the dance 1, an event is sent to the land, and the Victoria animation part gets that event and start to dance with the first form. Also, if I clicked on the dance 2, I want Victoria to dance with the second form. And when I clicked on the dance 3, I want Victoria to start to dance with the third form. So in here, in this event senders, I type in here dance 1, in here I type dance 2, and in here I type, for example, dance 3. And now, okay, let's get outside. In here, let's back to the NPC rig animation. In the first animation event I had in here, and I used in previous example, I want the dance 1, that I mean this dance, to be performed when I select the dance 1. So I will change the event to play receiver to dance 1. So if I select the dance 1, the dance 1 is sent to the land, and dance 1 is received by the animation rig animation and perform the dance 1 animation. I don't want to be looped anymore. All right, so I will disable the loop. In here, I don't want to talk. So in the second animation event, I change it to dance 2. So it received the dance 2 and I start to dance with the second form. I mean this dance. All right, let's another animation event. So I have the third animation event in here, and in the third one I want a receiver for the dance 3, and when I receive the dance 3, I want to dance with the third form, that I mean this one. Okay, and after all of them are not loop, that means if the animation finished, it goes to the board default animation. And let's save and see the result. Here we go. All right, now let's click on the Victoria. We have these two choices in here. If I select the no, the Victoria says, okay, have a good time. And if I click on the next, the dialogue finishes. And if I click on the Victoria again, and this time if I select the yes, thank you, I will have another dialogue in here, which type of dance you want me to perform. And I have 3 dances. For example, if I clicked on the dance 1, as you can see, the Victoria start to dance with the first form of dancing. If I clicked on the yes, thank you again, this time if I click dance 2, it start to dance with the second form of dancing. And if I clicked again to the Victoria, so let's click again on that, yes, thank you. And this time let's select the dance 3. As you can see, the dance 3 is performed. And that's how we can create the choices, and how we can perform some event for the choices. And also I want to do one more thing for the Ready Player Me Rig animation. For example, if I clicked on the Victoria so that this dialog box happens, the animation of the Victoria changes to some animation, for example, to something like talking. So let me back to the builder again. All right, now let's back to the dialogue system again, and one more time, and open the graph again. And if you look at that, in the dialog box here, we have an event center called on begin event. That means when I open this dialog box, and an event at the same time can be sent to the land. And that's what I want for my example. I want when this dialog box opens, an event is sent to the land, and Victoria animation part gets that event and starts to perform the talk animation. So I will define an event in here. For example, I called it Victoria talk. And in this, when this dialog box opens, the Victoria talk is sent to the land. And if I perform the animation of the Victoria talk, if I use the Victoria talk animation, I can use this event to receive that and perform this animation. So let's check that. And also I want this Victoria talk for these other dialog boxes in here. So let's call it Victoria talk, and also in here. All right, now let's get outside and let's go to the NPC rig animation, and let's add another animation event. And this time I want it to receive the Victoria talk, and after that performs the talk animation. So let's go to the talk animation. I don't like this talk, so let's use the talk 5. All right, it's awesome. It's awesome. And also I want to Victoria looking at me wherever I go. So I need a look at component for the Victoria. So let's add let's go to the animation, and let's add a look at component to the Victoria. And I want her to just rotate in the y-axis. So I will freeze the z-axis too. And that's awesome. And we talked about the look at component in the previous videos. So let's check that. And before checking that, and if we're exiting the builder, I want to show you how you can make an object that is from the model packs NPC. For example, I want to make it an NPC. I want to make this bush an NPC, or maybe this log. Let's click on this log in here, and let's add component, and from add component I will go to the NPC and add a dialog system to that. And also I want to make it clickable, and in the dialog system I called it log. The name of this object is log, for example, and I can create a conversation for this log. And hello, I am NPC. And that's how you can create another object that it's not Ready Player Me NPC. And also let's do an event to start. Let's make it clickable. Let's go and in the input, and let's use a click input for that. And on click events, log NPC, for example. All right, now let's back in here, And in the event to start, let's receive the log NPC. All right, now I have changed my log to an NPC. Now I can talk with this log. And that's how you can create an NPC from any other objects in the scene. So I talked about how to control the animation of the Ready Player Me avatar, how to create a Ready Player Me avatar and bring it to the land, how to add dialogue system to avatar, how to add several animations related to the events that you can find in the dialogue system and choices to your avatar and character and NPC. And I want to have a last test over that and finish the video because it's too long. So let's save that. And let's go to the land. And let's first of all check this log. If you look at that, if I clicked on this log, I will have an NPC in here. If I clicked on that, the log start to talk with me. And that's how I can change any other objects to an NPC. And let's test the Victoria. If you look at that, it starts looking at me wherever I go. And now let me click on the Victoria in here. If I clicked on that, it starts to perform a talk animation, as you can see. And if I clicked on the yes, thank you, again it starts to talk. If I clicked on the dance, it starts to dance. If I clicked on that, again it starts to talk. And that's how you can control the animation of your character and NPC. I hope this tutorial was useful for you guys. In the next videos I will talk about the other components. Have a good time, good luck.